Alrighty, so more Warframe, and this time we're going to be taking another look at Saryn. Now, Saryn is one of the few rare frames in Warframe, and by rare I mean I rarely ever see her in a random public match. Unless of course you yourself run with Saryn the whole time, and if that's the case then I do bow down to you. She is of course a poison based damage dealing Warframe that was the very first tanky female Warframe. She has a lot of base high health and a lot of armor, so running missions with her can be easier than running them with some of her squishy counterparts. As for her utility goes, she has no real support abilities at all. It's all selfish damage dealing ones. But I have found her a lot of fun when running melee missions against Infested, which of course, as you know, is my favourite mission type. She is a lot like Valkyrie in that sense that she has a lot of armor, and she is just really good at melee missions. If you fancy running a mission with just your melee weapon and having a bit of fun, relaxing, then Saryn might be a frame that you might want to take a look at if you haven't already. And now if you combine her high health with a rage mod and a melee weapon like the Dakra Prime, Dragon Akana, Dual Ichors that have Life Strike equipped on them, then you can just cut your enemies down with complete and utter ease without seeing any serious dip in your health. And her ultimate ability, Miasma, can be absolutely great against Infested, especially when you reduce its duration with the likes of a Fleeting Expertise mod and you bump up the damage of it with a Blind Rage and Intensify. You will see some nice big numbers. And also the ability for her Venom to spread through large groups of enemies makes her a frame that in my opinion is highly undervalued. But the bad things are, I guess, that she doesn't do a shit ton of damage against higher wave enemies. Her abilities are a little bit weak as you progress through higher waves, and you will start to notice that you're more of an annoyance against enemies, I guess, than an actual damage dealer. Of course, a few former might fix this, but when you have frames like Nova and Rhino destroying everything so fast in missions, then no one really wants to run with a Saryn and feel useless, like I said, at high wave missions. It doesn't really feel like a nice thing when you feel like you're maybe being carried. And I do still stand by one of my earlier videos where I said that Saryn and Valkyrie are in need of some much love from the developers to make them more sought after by the community. I mean, frames like Saryn, Banshee, even Volt that sometimes, I don't see enough of them when I jump into random missions. The game has become completely saturated with rhinos. They're fucking everywhere, stomping the absolute crap out of planets. But of course this is my opinion, and even though she's weaker at higher levels, she is still a lot of fun to run with, and easily one of the best looking female frames out there as well, especially if you've got the Chlora helm on like you've seen in the footage. But feel free to let me know what you think of Saryn and her abilities in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, as it really helps me out. Hit that subscribe button for more Warframe content if you haven't already, and as always, thanks very much for watching.